counting. Now we're live officially. I don't know. How are you?
Unofficially, we were live about 15 seconds ago, according to my setup here in Wiltshire, in England. How are you today, sir?
I'm good. Mondays are, I say it every week, but I love Mondays. Most people hate Mondays, right?
Well, Boomtown Rats did.
Yeah. I got to get up and go to work.
Yeah.
And it's a busy day. Monday's always a busy day for sure, but it was a busy weekend. But you take the weekends off. You're the smart one of the two of us here.
Yeah, I after I'd done the show with Brigetti on Friday at 11 a.m. your time, that's it. There's no more shows until this one on Monday afternoon.
Because you were doing like 3 shows in a day last week.
Yeah, last week was crazy because you and I did 3 shows together. We did 2 on Monday and 1 on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then there was a show on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So yeah, it was a busy week last week. It was 5 days live. It was good fun as usual, and a lot of good information given out, and we all enjoyed it. So job done. And now we're on our summer break. July, August, May, June, July, August.
Right.
We'll be back in September, refreshed, as they say.
And thanks for putting that together, the 5 days live, and thanks for including me again. I always enjoy it, and of course I like to share my knowledge as everybody else, like you and Brigetti and Linda, and but I always get a lot out of it too.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing, because we learn from each other, and it's, as you said, it's rare we get a chance to actually broadcast together.
Yeah.
So the 3 of us, you, me, and Brigetti, was good. Darn good. And Monday should meet Friday more often.
Well, there you go. And I did say that. It was nice that Brigetti and you and myself, like, I don't get to hang with Brigetti that often, so I got to put some effort into that. But it was great. And actually, well, I've got a story to tell about the show that you and Linda did.
Okay, fire away.
Say hello, Corinder's out there. Hello, Corinder, and thanks to everybody else who is watching us here today.
Right, okay, the show's mine. David's disappeared. This is a live video at its best. If you've got any questions at all about live video, then now would be the time to ask them, did you press the back button again?
I didn't touch anything. That was hands off.
You just went straight in the lobby.
That's right. And that happened to you last week, didn't it?
I did, yeah. So you've got in relation to the show that Linda and I did on last Thursday, which was just a conduct. Well, it was building a presence.
Yes.
Creating an awesome presence.
Pardon me. Domingo's joke. Dom, you changed your name on Facebook. Why did you do that? Just to mess with me. Hello, Dom.
Hello, Dom.
He says hello. And of course, who's this guy? Kelly Shoddy. Have you ever heard of him?
I have, yeah. Yeah.
Hello. I'm losing my ears. Jeez, if it's not Steven losing his ears, it's me.
No, I've got the earbuds having a week off. I'm wired this week.
I'm wired.
Just for a change.
I'm wired too.
The earbuds are being charged.
Yeah, so back to you and Linda on your show talking about a present. What was it called specifically? Creating a presence?
No, you're asking me. That was last week, David. It was about creating a presence. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was I really enjoyed that. There was a lot of good conversation there. But one of the things that she talked about was the Wishman movie.
Oh yeah.
And I when you talk about timing and the laws of the universe, I had just clicked just before that. And it was actually the replay that I watched it. And I happened to just click in a random spot in it and, kind of scrolling through, and it popped to that point. And she was talking about if you want to bring that movie to your hometown. So I have reached out.
Oh, brilliant.
And I did get a response. I sent them my wrong phone number. I typed an 8 instead of a 7, and they really like that phone number. Anyway, The rest of the number
Yep.
was right. I don't know what the problem is.
Right.
Anyway, so we're in touch, and we're going to make it happen. That's all I'm going to say about it right now.
Okay.
Because, Kelly, if you know what I'm talking about, you're not allowed to say anything.
Right.
Okay?
So
Because we
the
want to
ball
put
is
it out there.
rolling.
The
Things
ball
are
is
under.
rolling, and I'm going to work on bringing it here to Sarnia.
Brilliant. Excellent. Yeah. The other thing that came out of that show, which was wonderful, was after the show had finished, somebody saw the bit about the live, about the radio, and she's a chanteuse, and she's been singing since 2011. And she said, "Can I be on your radio station?" And I said, "Yes, of course you can." So Angie sent me her back catalogue, and I've been busy loading it up onto the radio station today.
Oh, wow, nice.
That's good.
Now let's talk about the radio thing for a minute. Maybe you can help me with something.
Yep, I'll try.
Now I've looked. A lot's changed. Like before I got into the video thing, and decided I was looking at doing. Oh well, I'm going to do an online internet radio station, and
Yep.
I looked at Listen to My Radio and Radionominy, and there's a whole bunch.
Live 365.
Live 365 was the first thing that I used years ago.
Yep.
And that's when it was free, and you could play whatever music you wanted, and nobody cared, and all that stuff.
Yep.
So that was
no licensing. Wild West. Yep.
No, didn't have to worry about that. And at one time, there was an app that you could use to go live from your phone, and it would go out to wherever. And I talked to you about this the other day. I know Facebook Live audio only exists for Android phones for some.
Yep, that's right.
So I wanted. It's really hard to find something to go live audio from your phone and it not cost a lot of money.
Indeed. It's virtually impossible to go live with 2 or 3 people speaking audio only. It's easier to go live on video and just take the audio from it.
Now, but that being said, here's
Yep.
my obstacle is I want to do something with audio only, and it doesn't have to be anybody else. It just be me talking about something.
Yep. Right.
And the reason I want to do audio instead of video is because where I would use this, I'm not allowed to show the video, but I can do audio.
Right.
And I've found Spreaker, of course, is something I've used before, and it's great. And it would probably do the job for me. And then I don't know if you know this or anybody else, but you can actually go live on Twitter, of course, with video, but you can do audio only.
Yes.
And I was like, wow.
Yeah, I heard that last week. I think it's pretty recent.
Yeah, I wonder where you heard that from.
I don't know.
But now it comes down to this. So so I've got a couple solutions there. It wasn't as simple as I'd like it to be, and I guess at the end of the day, if I'm using it for my business, then I don't have a problem paying for it when it's reasonable, like it is. But where's my audience for this? Right, and this is an ongoing conversation and somewhat of a debate with people. You know, when you get talking about Caster and Restream, and well, I just go live everywhere, which I don't think that's the right way to go. I think some people disagree with me, and I'm just going to go live everywhere. I don't know.
Well, if you're broadcasting, you can go live for everyone, because all you're involved, or you're thinking about, is the numbers of people who watch. And if you go live everywhere, more people will actually tune in than would do if you just went live in one place. But the thing is that it's very random, and you're not getting to know people. You're not making connections. You're asking people to connect with you, and you are a broadcaster as opposed to what would we term ourselves? I don't know.
I call myself a social media broadcaster.
Right. Okay. Yeah. There's Jeff Adams has a phrase for this, and I put it on my profile. And if you give me a moment, I style myself. Just a minute. This is right. Okay, it's not working. Can't get there. I'll come back. But Jeff Adams came up with something which actually encapsulates what we actually do. But it's a question. There's a difference between broadcasting and actually being involved.
Right.
If you take the scatter approach, you get a bigger audience. I don't know. I'd rather actually know that people are listening and interacting, and we're all having a good time, just chilling out. And for me, it's about the connections that are made, like meeting Angie after the show last week. That's the magic of it. That you do the broadcast and people watch the replay, and they get in touch with you, which is absolutely brilliant. And then you start a conversation. It starts by email. Then you interview the people, which is what I'm planning to do. Internet streaming specialist. Okay.
Is that what you were looking for?
It could be. It could be.
It was on your it was on your profile.
It is internet streaming specialist. We'll go with that. Yep.
See, and you know what I like about that? It just sounds like somebody should be paying me a whole lot of money. Yeah, it's. If people ask me what I do, then I live stream Monday through Friday and meet a lot of people along the way. Yeah, I usually say something like, I'm a professional live streamer.
Yeah.
And what that does is they react and go, oh, that's nice. What's that?
What?
Right. And then it opens a conversation, which is great.
Yeah. we went to invited out to dinner last Friday night by the ex-mayoress of the town. And it was a good evening. And we actually watched a broadcast from 40 years ago of when we actually joined the EU, which is pertinent because we're about to leave at the moment. And she played this 30-minute video, and she was actually in it because they're comparing devices with violin and how twinning worked and everything. And her and her husband were heavily involved at that stage and were for 40-odd years. But the pre-dinner conversation turned around to what do you do? And I said, I go live on Facebook. And they said, why?
Yeah.
So I spent the next 20 minutes or so regaling my idea of what I was doing. Everybody with Facebook Live stories, and mentioned yourself and Brigetti and Fons.
Nice.
And that's what it's about. It's about people. It's about people.
Yeah. Well, but I think from that, and I still, I don't get it as much, but I still do. The people say, oh, how do you make money at that? Well, have a seat. That's a long conversation, right? Yeah. And depending where you're at, you know what I find a great place to network is weddings.
Okay.
Well, because when you're there and you're at the reception, right, and then the party is started, you're typically sitting down and it's social time. Yeah. I mean, unless you're a dancer or your wife's grabbing you by the hand and say, "Come on, you got to dance with me at least once." You're having conversations, right? You're having a beverage and a conversation, and nobody tends to interrupt you unless you got to dance with your wife. But yeah, it's always the question of the day: how do you make money at that? And sometimes it depends who's asking. It depends how I answer too. It's like, well, how do you do that? And you can see it in their eyes; they're already going, right. Well, I want to do that. It's like, well, it's a long story, and I'd be happy to share it with you. And if you give me a call and buy me lunch, I'll sit down with you.
Well, the thing is, you talk to different people, and depending on their reaction, you give a different story.
That's right.
Right. I mean, we could both write a book about this thing, and probably will. Right. Okay. Time for a poll. And the poll today is, if you like the camera view now, type 1 in the comments. If you like David's camera view, it's going to switch. There, type a 2. So which is the best camera view As David's reorganizing his office, is it from camera 1?
1, 2. How about this, Stephen?
Okay, go. 3. I don't. Right. Okay.
It's not 3.
Yeah.
It's actually the same camera.
Okay. And what are you controlling it with?
It's one camera.
What are you controlling it
So
with?
I have the Logitech 922, and I did not get paid to say that. And then you have controls with your Logitech software. So if you have the Logitech software, I believe. Do you have a Logitech camera?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go.
I can zoom in and out.
Yeah, that's all I'm doing.
Right. Okay. That's good. Well, come on.
Camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, camera 3.
Right. Okay. Well, Domingos has gone for camera 2, so there you have it. And Domingos
That's
is also
1 vote.
It's 1-0. You've got to go with the majority.
I want to know what Kelly thinks.
Okay.
So there's 1. He says Dom says 2. Thanks, Dom. And let's give a little plug here for Dom as well.
Oh.
For those of you who don't know Dom, he fights multiple sclerosis or MS and has been going live practically every day at 1:30 in the afternoon Eastern time. And Dom, good to see you there, because I know Dom had some struggles last night, and he's back home, so that's good to see Dom. And check him out in his group Talking MS. Happy to plug that for him. Kelly says, "Mum's the word." Oh, that was to my comment. Yeah. Well, speaking of mums, happy belated Mother's Day.
Now, this is the thing. It wasn't Mother's Day yesterday, because I'm in the UK, and it wasn't Mother's Day yesterday. Because we take it. See, you learned something. It wasn't Mother's Day. We had that earlier in the year. We get,
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh,
it was in USA, Canada, and Australia, but not in the UK.
Oh, okay. Oh, Kelly, I didn't actually put a poll out there. I didn't create a real poll.
No.
We just said poll 1 or 2, and of course Kelly would say 1 because Dom said 2. So now I have a split decision.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks, Kelly.
Watch the replay. That's the decider. Watch the replay. You've got the casting vote. Well, you've got the major vote. So
yeah, that's right.
Watch the replay and see what it looks like.
I will. At the end of the day, I'm going to do whatever I want. But let's go back to our conversation with audio only broadcasting, which is I think years ago when the internet was beginning and then internet radio stations started popping up, there was a point where I'm going to start an internet radio station, and of course there were a whole bunch that realized that maybe this is a lot of work and I don't have time for it, and radio sort of faded a bit on the FM and AM dial, but then things came back, and it's kind of been revived back on the internet too, because you see more and more people still popping up doing podcasts and running internet radio stations. And sometimes I wish I'd have gone that way instead of video, only because there was less editing involved.
But if you're willing to have the same recorded as you are live, then yes, there is.
Yeah.
If you want to go a step further, then you would edit the video, and you might put an intro and an outro on it and adverts somewhere in the middle. But in general, you can take the video from a live stream as we're doing today, and you get the audio from it.
That's right.
And then you can click it's a podcast, and the podcast can go to anchor.fm, and if it goes on anchor.fm, it can go on iTunes.
Yeah, and by the way, I filled out the form yesterday for United World Radio. Just saying.
Oh, right. Okay. Very good. Okay, that's good.
So whatever.
I'll check that out. We've actually I'll tell you a little story.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Fonz and I started United World Radio, and the idea was to do a mix of podcasts and music.
Right.
And the music we were going to play is pop music from 50s through to the noughties. And then we came up against a little problem of licensing the music.
Right.
Oh, so yes. Fonz has gone off to Radionomy, which you mentioned earlier, and he can play music 24/7 on there, interspersed with adverts by Radionomy, and that's how they make their money. And the service is free, and he can just upload his music and just play it. So that's the music side's gone there. The podcast side has gone to the LVHR, which was Gospel's name for the live video radio.
Oh, right.
And LVHR, well, I spent the whole day scheduling. I've been scheduling shows.
Okay.
So that's going to be podcast and indie music. So Fonz's show is, what would you call it? Commercial music, and mine is indie music and podcasts. And things are going pretty good. I will check out UWR as soon as we're finished here, because I have some prime slots for shows. And because you actually do cross post to the live video hub, the good news is that you don't have to do a thing.
Right.
If you're talking about your shows on Facebook, I can get them from the live video hub. I can work the repurpose.io magic to get them to Google Drive, and then I can upload them to the radio station.
Yeah, so well, I have my weekly show, the community show, is repurposed,
right,
and created into an MP3. So, and I use it to upload to Anchor, which puts it to Spotify and everywhere. Maybe what we do there is I'll just share that Google Drive that I use with you, and then you can just access it every week when it does it.
Excellent. That shortcuts a lot of things.
Yeah, for sure. And we should talk some more. I mean, we're live here, but whatever. Because I have the radio show network, and maybe there's a way somehow to put your stuff and Fonz's stuff on there as well, just to share it there. I guess I don't know if you cross post that or not. I could give you a cross post on. Yeah. We'll talk. I'll set that up.
Okay.
And then you can, and I'll get a hold of Fonz too, and then you guys can have access to the Radio Show Network page, and it just kind of puts it all in one place too. More the merrier, right?
Indeed, we can all help each other, and it works well because it's a win-win for everybody. Yeah. I mean, I managed to get the live video hub radio onto Facebook, so you don't even have to leave Facebook to listen to it. It's on the live video hub page, and it's under welcome. And if you scroll down the welcome page, you'll find the radio.
Well, what a great idea. Let's do that, shall we?
Thank you, David. See, I that was subtle, wasn't it? That was really subtle.
How do we do this here? Hang on a second.
And Dom's going to join Be Live soon. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, and you know what? And Dom, I got to apologize. I was going to get over earlier this week, and I just got crazy, so I haven't. What do I have to do here? What's going on?
Go to is a tab called Welcome.
No, I want to share my screen.
All right. Okay. I hope it's still there.
Saying add a photo. Let's share your desktop screen. Add to Chrome.
What?
Oh. Now it's saying remove from Chrome. It's like, well, I already have it. Okay.
I wonder if they're trialing a new Chrome extension. Could be. Anything's possible.
Well, let's see here. If we can, let's remove from Chrome.
This is live. While David does that, if you're watching on the TVSN page, excellent, thank you. If you're watching on the Live Video Hub, Be Live in 5, or any other page other than TVSN, if you come to the TVSN page, you find a link above, then you can come and comment. And when you do comment, we'll see your comments. Otherwise, we'll check out your comments after the show. So come to the TVSN page, the Video Show Network page, to actually comment live. and we're able to see your comments, and David can display them on screen. And thank you for Kelly's put a link to the radio, which is absolutely brilliant.
Holy moly. If you could only see.
I can't.
There we go. Okay. That was painful. Dom, yes, I know you're going to join Be Live soon, and I will get over to you, I promise, buddy. And we'll get him going on Be Live. So that's cool.
Okay.
He understands, I know, but
all right.
So here we are. Okay, so we're going to the live video hub.
Yep, this is live. And you will see in a second the little video playing at the top, and little video plays, and it says, please click the welcome tab.
Okay.
Okay. Now this is where we're flicking over. This is the fact that the page has 2,000 likes. I can put HTML there. So I've linked out to the live video hub, a website. And if you scroll down that feed, then you will see, it's okay. This is live. Underneath the videos, eventually. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So there's the videos going live on the live video hub, and eventually we'll see ourselves. And there we are. And if you keep scrolling down.
Oh, there we go. I'm scrolling in the wrong spot.
Scrolling down, and you can, with safety, get to Live Video Hub Radio. It's in big black letters. You've gone past it. There you are. And just scroll down a little bit, and you can just press play on the little logo. And if you've got sound on, we'll be able to hear it. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's where the radio is. I'm going to put it.
What are you using to do that? Like, what's the where is the radio actually? What system are you using? Can I ask you?
All right. Okay. I'm using a system called radio.co.
Right.
Which is basically been written by a group of guys, 23-year-old guy and his team, and they've written it from scratch. So it is. It's just so easy to use, so powerful, so logical. It doesn't use anything other than media, playlist, and schedule. And you upload your media, you create a playlist, and then you schedule a playlist. That's 1, 2, 3. I like it like that because there's no terms which are, because there are all sorts of odd terms in radio.
Now, is this is live?
What? The radio station is, Kelly knows, the radio station is in test mode at the moment.
Okay.
But it's live. Yeah. I mean, it's playing live at the moment.
Yeah, right. They're pre-recorded, but they're on a schedule rotating.
That's right. It's all podcasts and music from Angie. And we're using that site to actually host the radio station. Okay. And then we're on Facebook live.
Now, here's a question for you. When I say live,
yeah,
I mean live. So if I was, can you go live from your phone with this system?
I can go live from my desktop.
Yeah. Can you go live from your phone?
Well, I've not tried. I mean, I'm struggling to get the desktop side going first, right. But I can go live with one side of our conversation. If we want to prove this, just give me a second. If I load up my radio software,
right,
and piece of software actually called But, and if I press that button, I am now live on the radio. So if you go back to the radio page, the live video page, you should be able to hear me actually talking on the radio as we're talking live in this show. when you did the screen share, was the audio on or off?
Yeah, okay, no. Yeah, no, I just heard it.
All right, okay. We interrupt this broadcast because David Burrows in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada, said that I should go live on the radio just to prove it can be done. I'm talking to David at the moment. We're live on Facebook if you want to join us. I'm now going to hand you back to the normal broadcast. Thank you for listening, and I'll be back soon.
Fantastic. Now that's a paid service.
Yep.
That you're using. So is this a venture for you then?
It's definitely a venture, and it's bringing everything together. It's got a live video hub, which usually knows about cross posting. It's got the radio, and it's got a directory of everybody who actually broadcasts on the radio and on the live video hub. And it's just a central point. The other thing is that I was going to speak to you about something else, but I'll do it now. It would be a great idea to have a Twitch page on there to show that Be Live does broadcast to Twitch.
Yep.
Yeah. Perhaps we can get together about that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All good. All right.
Lots going on.
It's all tied together. There's method in the madness, because everything's in one spot, and it brings web design, it brings Facebook, everything is in one arena, because the feed from the Live Video Hub website is going back to Facebook.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it's a virtuous. Well, it goes from Facebook to the website, and then another feed. It goes from the website to Facebook. Yeah, Facebook. Right. Facebook is very good. Facebook is very good at live video.
Yes.
Facebook is not so good at being able to find the live video.
Right.
So the reason for integrating the web page into the Facebook page is that it's easier just to scroll down all the shows with all the descriptions and everything than it is to do it in Facebook. Yeah. Okay. Right. And Kelly's saying, yes, we can. And we can, and we do.
I've got some, sorry, I'm just closing some things that don't need to be open.
Okay, well, I'll do the same.
There we go.
It's all about resources.
Yes. Well, it's interesting because, yeah, well, and again, like I'm wanting to do live audio, right?
Okay, yeah.
And they're from a mobile location. Pardon me, I got something in my eye. And let's say one of the things is because they'll let me do the audio, but I can't do video. It's complicated. And then the other thing is that using audio takes a lot less bandwidth than video.
It does, yeah.
Therefore, if I'm in a mobile location where I needed to do audio, I wouldn't have to use as much as my data.
That's true. That's true. Options. I know I'm going to sound silly now because I know you thought of it. Can you just turn your camera off?
Well, you would think it would be that simple.
Can of worms time.
Now,
right.
If you know, the other thing is I'm looking to do it from a mobile device.
Yeah.
And not a laptop.
Okay.
If I was doing it from a laptop, then I would just use Be Live, go live to Facebook, and not have the camera on.
Okay. What about a peer in?
Well, yeah, but nobody can see that. Like nobody.
Right. Okay. Good point. Good point.
Yeah. Unless you invite, and you can only invite up to 12. What is it? 12 people under paid.
12 people. Yeah. Yeah. Get Vocal. GTVOKL.
Is that still around?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
I used Vocal years ago. for video.
Uh-huh. I think you just switch the camera off.
How do you spell that again? VOK?
L.
VOKL.
Yep.
Vocal
Get vocal.
streaming. Oh, get vocal.
Yes.
There, I'm learning something today. I thought they did they go down for a while years ago?
They might have gone quiet. I mean, they reappeared late last year.
Oh.
And I know that several people we know have actually been involved with them. And they're actually broadcasting using the software.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's is this a paid thing or?
I don't know. There are various shades.
Oh, well, I'll have to spend some time. I didn't know they were still around because I used them for video years ago, and you could invite guests in, etc. And I was like, oh, wow, this is amazing. And then they went poof.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened to Live 365 too. Live 365 went poof, disappeared.
Yeah. Yes.
And then they were resurrected. And they're now a paid service.
Yeah.
You know.
And again, I don't mind paying. You know, some people it's interesting. I think I've told you this before. Some of my students in my class, when I talk about stuff, they're like, well, why isn't it free? Why? It's not like, where can I get it free? Yeah. It's why isn't it free? That's a different question. And it's like, are you kidding me right now? You have this software in front of you that does amazing things, and you think it's only worth $10 a month or should be free.
Programmers have to eat too.
Yes.
The people who write the software have families, and those families need food, and they need somewhere to live, and they need transport. How are you going to get that if you do everything for free?
Well, I had a comment from one of my students about Microsoft. It was Microsoft Word.
Uh-huh.
You know, and I have Word, and I have the whole suite of tools, right? I pay, I don't know, $9.95 a month to have it all. And he's like, well, it should be free. It's a tool that we use in the school system, so it should be free. And I'm like, what? And it was like, well, it's Microsoft. They got lots of money. They don't need it. It's like, well, they have money. What? So it was just an interesting conversation. It was a short conversation.
I mean, let's think about it. Let's just stay with Windows for a moment.
Right.
And we all berate them for doing updates, but we don't pay anything for the updates. The software is continually improved at no cost to us.
Yeah.
You know, apart from the initial investment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. Well, I blame it on Napster. I blame it all on Napster.
It's his fault, is it?
Well, that's where the whole free mindset was created.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh, music? Oh, we'll just share it with each other, peer to peer, and we'll just pay for it. What are you talking about? It's like even karaoke now. When I do karaoke, I have a software program.
Okay. Yep.
That keeps track of everybody's turn and sound effect, does all this fancy schmancy stuff. And when I don't have a song, I do have a server that I have access to that I can get songs that I pay for.
Okay. Yep.
So if you're going to sing it, I don't mind paying for it if you're going to sing it more than once. But then some people go, oh, we'll just pull it up on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
okay.
No. Well,
that's not legal.
And I say, that's not legal, especially in a professional setting.
Yeah.
And B, that's not legal. And C, that's not legal. D, and it looks unprofessional.
It does.
You know? And it's like when I started karaoke, I had CDs, and you had to buy the CDs, and they were $30 a piece. And so the other thing I go is, you know what? I've invested a lot of money over the years in doing this. And if you want to do that, like, go home and do that. Right? And I'm not doing it here on one of my shows. It's unprofessional. And EFGHIJK elemental P QRSTUVWXYZ or Z. It's either
Z.
Z.
It's definitely Z.
Anyway, yeah. So like, don't be people shouldn't be, if you're going to use it, especially if it's something you're going to use regularly, and if it makes your life any simpler or easier, or if you get any financial gain out of it, you should pay for it.
I totally agree. I mean, I still design software, and I'd not like to know that people have copied it. I mean, copying is rife. We know it is in software and in online courses.
Yeah.
And you can find your online courses in the strangest of places.
Yeah.
As a free download. There are groups on Facebook, for heaven's sake, where free Udemy courses are. That's what it's all about. But the courses aren't free. The courses have a price. But you go, it's frustrating at times.
Yeah. I'm sure it would be. Well, like you say, you got to eat. So, yeah, karaoke. Dom says, karaoke, love it. Yeah, he's a regular at our karaoke shows. That's great when you can get out there, Dom. Awesome. Maybe Kelly would come out and sing. What do you think, Kelly? You won't come on camera and sing?
I've got to say that I'm not singing whether Kelly sings or not. There is no way that you convince me to sing.
No?
We might go on. You might do it at Christmas, but not now.
Okay. Well, all the years when I did karaoke full time, it was in a bar setting, right? So I always say alcohol kept me working for a lot of the years.
Oh yeah.
The inhibitions get a little lower.
Well, that's it. I used to be in a choir. I used to be in a church choir.
Okay.
And I enjoyed singing, but I can't sing the same way now as I did then. So I don't. I spare everybody. And Kelly's agreeing. Well, Kelly can't sing either. So there you are. We could do a duet, Kelly. We can't sing duet.
There's one song you could do.
Which is?
It's called Tequila. Do you know that song?
If you sing it, David, I'm sure I'll know it.
So, well, the thing is, it goes na 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 na.
All right, yeah.
That song, and it only says the word tequila in it 3 times.
Okay, so yeah.
So you could stand there and then tequila. Can you dance?
Yeah, I could sing "Windmills of Your Mind."
Okay.
I can do. What was the other one?
Flight of the Bumblebee.
No, that was a song that was spoken. Telly Savalas did a song which was spoken as well. I could do that one too. So if it's just speaking
Telly
as opposed to
Savalas
singing.
Did a song.
Okay. Telly Savalas, yeah.
Like Kojak.
That's definitely Kojak, yeah. Telly Savalas had a number 1 hit globally.
I think you mentioned that before, and I forgot. And
he had a number 1 hit globally, and he didn't sing a note. And the other one was I'm trying to think of it, Kelly. There's another guy in a Western movie. Oh, I Was Born Under a Wandering Star. No, I wasn't. I'm just saying that's the song title.
Yeah.
And the artist was Lee Marvin, I think. Kelly can correct me.
Okay.
And he didn't sing either. So let's have a competition. Songs where the singer didn't sing. And it was just the spoken word.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's okay.
Well, I know what I'll be Googling after. Well, no, because my mother was a huge Telly Savalas fan, right?
Right, okay.
A lot of women were.
Oh, yeah.
There's Kojak. Oh, you know.
Yep.
And so I'll have to. She likes me to bring her music from time to time, so and DVDs. So I'll have to. I'll have to look it up and take it to her.
Yeah, I'm not. The song was a good quality song, but he didn't actually sing. So yeah, we can search for songs that where the singer does not sing.
So what's next for Steven Healey? I mean, you're busy. You're still doing live streaming shows, and you've got the internet radio going on.
Yeah.
What's now that 5 days in live is done? What's next?
A rest.
It's
after you do the 5 days live. I mean, that was 12 shows last week because it was Ask Angelica 2. And you then say, right, okay, what do I do this week? And the answer comes back as little as possible. So I'm actually doing the radio station, and then we've got Anything Goes with Fonz at 9 a.m. Eastern tomorrow.
Right.
And that will transform into I Live Here, and now that the weather's improving. And that's it, really. Oh, we've got a show on Wednesday, which is the Power Hour, which is at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Is that this Wednesday?
It's this Wednesday, and then there's a show on the 22nd, which we've spoken about. It's the Power Hour with Anita Myers and Dolly Cortez.
What? Yeah.
Okay, and I see a new picture coming up there. And say hello to Ed. See, I can do some things from this control center, but I'm not in control.
I'm not in control either.
Oh well.
Yes. Hello, Ed.
Yeah. I just want to just going back to audio. Audio software is way behind anything that we've got in live video.
Well, as far as live goes, yeah.
It is. There isn't anything. Unless you spend hundreds of dollars, there isn't anything. And even then, they bring in Skype in. And I wouldn't touch Skype. I don't have Skype installed. But to do the live audio, there is no software out there. And it just seems crazy that if you want to do a two-person on live, if you and I wanted to go live on the radio tomorrow, we can't. Without jumping through a lot of hoops. Yeah. Because I need a mixer, bring you in via Skype, and it's just a whole lot of hassle. So if any software developer is sat out there wondering, is there a gap in the market? Yes, it's for 3 and 4 person audio. That would be extremely useful, if not invaluable. Because I would love to do a live show on the radio. But I can't.
Oh, yeah.
I can do a single person live show. I can go live. Let's go back a bit. I can go live with Winamp. Oh, there's a name to conjure with. That Winamp goes back to the early 2000s. But I can't. I can do it solo, but I can't do 3 and 4 people.
Yeah.
And it's crying out for it.
I might have a solution for you.
Okay.
But I gotta put. I have an idea, but we'll see.
Right. Sounds good. Sounds good. You like that one? Right.
I have a song list. Oh, he's talking about the karaoke. Keep a playlist of songs. Yeah, the software I use is when you sing a song, it remembers that you sang that song, and the next time you come back in, all right, in the same way, it pulls up your history. So,
well, good.
Kelly wants to know: are you using Epiphone Webcaster X2 yet? No, I'm not.
Right. The only person with an Epiphone Webcaster X2 is Jeff Adams. And
or B Live goes. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I mean, Kelly's referring to integration between B Live and the Epiphone X2. And just between us here, don't tell anybody else. David and I were chatting whilst the show with Jeff was live. And the show with Jeff was live had a heading, special announcement today. And both David and I were sat there watching the live video, wondering what the special announcement was. Because Epiphan X2 does not relate to the majority of broadcasters in our circle.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's basically it's a $300 investment, and that's for something that does something if you buy a $400 camera. So, what's your take? What's your take? This would be good.
Yeah, well, you can plug in a webcam, like you could plug in any webcam through USB.
Yeah.
The thing is, to control it, you've got to have a keyboard and an external monitor.
Yeah, second monitor. Yeah.
So what I'm trying to understand, well, I sort of understand, and I know that the company, they're a great company, it's a great product. But what I'm trying to understand is, well, like it's talking mobile too, right? What it really does is, for example, I could use it here.
Okay.
For what we're doing.
All right.
And I would plug in my internet to there and blah, blah, blah. What it does is it takes all the processing power off of the computer. That's one of the advantages.
Right.
So if you were in a mobile situation, like I would be, say, at a Sting game.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
It would, it might help things a little bit there if I was using their Wi-Fi, bandwidth wise, and save processing power. Like, there are advantages. For somebody like me, I already have an internet hub that pulls like separate. Instead of hotspotting from my phone, I have a hub that I can hotspot to. I plug in a router into that and use my own internet that way. Like, there's a lot going on there, right? Yeah. So I don't know that, and maybe I don't have enough knowledge. I've been wanting to reach out to Jeff actually and have him explain to me, like, why would I want to use this? Like, because what we're doing here right now on our desktop is fine.
Yep.
But so I don't know. Is that your take?
Well, it's you're only doing it for your own feed, aren't you?
Yeah.
So if you've got a show with 3 or 4 people on, one person can use the Epiphan X2 and do magical things with it. Yeah. Because if you're in Wi-Fi range, then I think, could be wrong here, that you could take your DSLR camera, and go out and about as long as you're still in the Wi-Fi connection. So it's a way of actually connecting the camera to a BeLive show,
right?
As well,
right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. If you're Wi-Fi capable.
That's right. And the other thing is, of course, that the reason for having one of those cameras is the resolution, is the quality, and Facebook's not there yet.
Well, that's the other thing, right? Is we're only going out 720 on Facebook. So
yeah. So if you push 4K, Facebook's only going to see 720. Yeah. Yeah. We're not being Luddites here, but it has. We're both looking for reasons to actually invest $300 and do what we're doing now.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. Yeah.
I'm just reading what Kelly's saying. He says, I have a Sony Handycam, but it was FireWire hooked up. And FireWire, what's that? Connection.
Yikes.
Yeah. I have a Sony Handycam. Actually, I have one right here. I have a Sony Handycam. This is this is how the show started. There.
All right.
But it's not Wi-Fi capable. It's USB connect and all that. It's got a I'm trying to remember now. It's got a big hard drive in it. 240 gig or something like that.
Oh wow.
So it's great. Best deal ever. But anyway, I mean there's application for it. I get that. And to integrate that in, I think, like, if you were going to do multiple cameras on something with BeLive, where you have 2 or 3 webcams pointed different directions,
at
an event, then this allows you to do that as well.
But this unit only takes 1 camera.
It only takes what?
1 camera.
Oh, I thought you could do, because it has like 2 USB ports, an HDMI port.
Okay. Well, again, if you need, you know more of what we're talking about than I do. But Jeff knows more than, so yeah. I mean, what I did was after I'd watched the show, I didn't understand it all, got to be said. But from the gist, I actually went off then to YouTube, as we all do, and I garnered 4 different videos, which were an introduction and then a review. And the review it got was stellar. So for what it does it extremely well. And the guy recommended it wholeheartedly. And the integration with BeLive is that you just have, when you're logging in, you actually get a code which you put into the Epiphone X2, then the 2 are paired, and that's it. There's no complicated stuff. All the complicated stuff's been done.
Yeah. It's just a matter. It's not for everybody, I think, is at the end of the day.
Yeah. Be nice to see some use.
Where'd you go, Steven? You're frozen. Don't do this to me now. We're almost there. Refresh, Steven. Oh, there you are. Hang on. Don't refresh, Steven. There you go. You're back.
All right. Okay. That was strange because I never actually went away on my side. So did I drop in the lobby?
I put you down in the lobby just for a second.
All right. Okay. And then you brought me back.
I want to respond to Corinder out here.
Yep.
He says, I have a mobile and C920. Okay. What iPad do you use, David? I have a Generation 5 and a Generation 6. Can you stop moving things around, David? Can you mount your iPad in and let your mic in your iPad, and you can someone to monitor your stream on BeLive?
All right. BeLive, whatever you're doing, needs a desktop.
Yeah.
So if you've got somebody hosting or producing the show for you on desktop, then anything's possible. You can come in on your iPhone, your iPad, your Android phone, anything. And you can come in via your Epiphone as well. But
yeah, interesting.
We need examples. We need working examples of people actually using. I mean, you can see, especially go off to YouTube.
I would like to see that. That's what, because I'm still not processing that. Like, why would I go this direction?
Yeah,
I'm struggling with that. But I'm going to reach out to Jeff and maybe he can better to me. So, but yeah, I need to. Well, I'm going to be looking into the other suggestion you gave me. But I mean, I have a solution. I do have a solution that I want to use for my
audio
mobile audio, which is Spreaker, and Mixlr is another one, Mixlr, and they're both paid. They're about $10 a month, so it's nothing. And you can go live and then share the link to Facebook and Twitter and all that. But I may just I may do it live on my Twitter feed.
That's worth a try. That is worth a try.
You know, especially there I have I don't know, I have about 1,500 followers on Twitter.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty good start, I think. So
it is.
Yeah. So I gotta figure that out. We gotta work through that. We'll see.
Right. What's coming up later today, David? At 3:30 Eastern.
3:30 today. Oh, good thing you asked. I just want to make sure I don't forget anybody. Yes. So I have Marie Marcy from the Alzheimer's Society coming on to talk about some fundraising that they've got going up. And one of the things is the Alzheimer's annual walk, which myself and my family, and so I have a step family as well. There's me and my sister, and then a step family. My father has Alzheimer's, and so we're all getting in the annual walk and trying to raise the most money out of all the teams. Right now, our team's in second place for raising the most money.
Brilliant.
And, so I'll put a plug out there. Anybody out there interested in donating to help us support the Alzheimer's walk? Send me a private message and I'll send you a link. You can donate right online if you want to know. It's also on my personal Facebook timeline. So there's that, and they've got some special events coming up, and I've got the One Tomato Project.
You got me. Go on then. The One Tomato. Sorry, no, just a minute. The One Tomato Project.
Whatever. So I knew you were going to say that.
You're right. Yeah.
They deal a lot with growing food and stuff, and they've got natural food growing, and anyway, they've got a project coming up for cooking. And then Mark Perrin, Kelly's waiting for this one. Mark Perrin from Blue Water Border Fest will be on the show today. He may or may not have some more announcements.
You're just building suspense now, aren't you?
I am. But he'll be talking about that as well. So yeah, that's 3:30 this afternoon. So, and Corinder's saying thank you to you there. By the way, Stephen, thank you for sharing out my stream yesterday.
Always good when Corinda goes live and actually broadcasts where I live here. It's always good to watch it. And
nice.
It was a very sunny day, which is an exception rather than a rule.
Yeah.
So thank you, Corinda.
Right. And thanks all of you for watching. And we'll be back here again. Hopefully. I mean, I plan on being here.
I'll be here. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
And we hope you enjoyed the show this week. We always enjoy coming together. You never know what we're going to talk about. It goes a lot of different directions. And Stephen, I appreciate you giving me your time here every week as well. We have good times, you and I.
Oh yeah, we do. We enjoy being live. So from Wiltshire in England, it's bye for now and see you later.
Bye for now from Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. Thanks, everybody.